Is it working? It is working! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Gold Rush, part 11 of our Weird West 4th edition campaign. Today is June 3rd, 2024, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you would like to, if you have any questions throughout the show that you would like answered, feel free to join us at that Patreon. You can also find a link to our Discord in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. But let's say you've already joined us on Discord. You already are following us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201. So if you would like, and currently, all of our merch is going to help support Doctors Without Borders. That is nothing new. That is how it has always been. So if you would like to go, what's the phrasing? I got it muscle memoried and then I forgot halfway through. Oh, so if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, RJ, who you playing today?
New hotkeys, I apologize. I hope you can't hear the ice cream truck in the background. Hey everybody, I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Kid, the Genasi sword mage. We both go by he, him.
Hello, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'm going to be playing Trisannas, who is a Seeker Wilden, and we both go by she, her. Triss is she, any, or whatever. She's a tree.
Hoi, I'm Cyber. I use he or whatever pronouns. I play Rakel. Rakel is a human shaman. She, her.
And I'm the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Carruthers Adavas, also known as Ruth to his friends. Human Ranger uses he, him pronouns. Yahoo!
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener, she, her. I'm the DM today. This is Morticia. She's very sweet. And we can get right into the recap. The posse went to Old Man Jenkins' Dynamite and Moonshine Distribution and Distillery to procure some dynamite from the current inhabitants, Dusty's Devils. Dusty was hesitant at first to cooperate, but learning that Kid was a wayward son, offered them some dynamite. He mentioned offhand that the wayward sons took out Six Spurs, and revealed that he too hated Sheriff Hall and was looking for someone to take him out. The posse scouted out the squall lands, finding them pockmarked with hundreds of empty holes dug by Sheriff Hall's men in search of the wayward son's treasure. Triss found a hole with the bones of someone murdered by Sheriff Hall, and she found out that he had killed the Mayor Select to take control of Glimmer. The posse launched a hasty attack on the sheriff's dig site, and Sheriff Hall was a nasty man who singled out Kid in combat, but he was dispatched and captured fairly quickly. Kid is now in possession of both halves of the treasure map of the Wayward Son's hidden treasure. And with that, we've returned to the game. I believe that everyone had returned to the Lotus Garden. And the next order of business was to decide the fate of Sheriff Hall.
What did we get from the fight?
Did I not give you guys gold for that?
It was like 160 some odd gold pieces, I think.
Altogether or split?
I think it was split.
Yeah, I'm
Let
pretty sure
me
it's split.
Double check. Yeah, 160 gold, split 4 ways.
So 40 gold purse.
Sparky shows no interest in spoils.
Good man, we need the gold.
I figured you did.
Okay.
Well, what is it that you would like us to do, Mr. Kid?
I've discussed things with Madam Black and those at the Lotus Garden, and they will take care of the sheriff for us. Right now, I'm gonna need some time to figure out, and he holds up the 2 map pieces, how the heck this works.
I have a
Well,
question.
I might have an answer.
It involves the hierarchy of the town. If you arrest and defeat the mayor in martial combat, are you now the mayor?
It depends if there is what's it called? It's like a dueling law of sorts. I'll look it up. It's in the rulebook somewhere.
Mostly because I kind of want to raid his office while we have him all tied up in case he has like
Mutual
secretive
combat.
That's the one. If there's a mutual combat agreement, mostly just asking, do you think it would be a crime if I raided his office?
I ain't gonna snitch.
Sounds good.
If we're worried about crimes, I think it's a bit late for that.
Yeah.
We do have the sheriff tied and gagged in a bordello right now.
I fail to see how that's relevant to stealing.
Sounds like a Thursday to me.
You want to be in charge of Glimmer? Sheriff the Kid might have a ring to it.
Glimmer's a bit out of the way. I'd rather probably be Sheriff of Serendipity.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Might be an option. I guess for now, everyone disperse. I'll find y'all when I figure this out.
All right.
I'll be at the brothel.
Kid takes a seat by I guess there's like a receiving area in the jailhouse.
Sure.
Or where are we
Yes.
meeting? Right? Where are we meeting currently?
Well, the jailhouse itself, we've described it in the past. It's where you first met Sparky.
Mhm.
It's just a little, it's just one room, and the corner gestured and knocked over my water bottle very loudly. The corner of the room is walled off with 2 sets of bars and then like a door that goes in there. So it's just a small room with a desk and also a cell in the corner.
Cool. I'm gonna be doing some Arcana checks on the desk with the map to see how this works.
Okay. How is the desk involved?
Because I need to put the map somewhere.
Oh, okay, got it. All right.
You hold it out in front of me.
Well, I don't know if you were imagining like a National Treasure 2 situation where like, the president's desk had like a special like puzzle to solve.
No, the puzzle to solve will be the map as he puts it on the desk and overlays the 2 pieces, puts them side by side on top of each
Sure. It's very simple as it turns out. It is just 2 pieces of paper with a tear down the middle that matches up perfectly. Like it is a piece of paper that was torn in half. What you find here is a map of the Squaw Lands. And I've described this in the past, and have kind of given you an idea of what you might find on the other piece of paper. You find what has been nagging at the back of your mind from the beginning is true. It's concerning. It's a map of the Squaw Lands, and there's a big circle drawn around the entirety of the Squaw Lands. And each holder of a half of the map might be assuming that there would be more information on the other half. There is not. It is simply a map of the Squall Lands with a big circle and not much else.
But I'm gonna use some law to just seal the map back into one solid piece.
Okay. Do you like uh do you encourage everyone to scurry off before you have a look at the map? Because Sparky would show interest in having a look at it.
I said disperse, not like, quickly get out of here, so they're free to be wherever they want to be. So if Sparky wants to be in scene, sure.
Okay. He's just kind of he's done this before. He's just kind of like over your shoulder. So where is it?
Tarnation.
There some sort of trick, or
I
gotta
don't
wear, like,
know.
special glasses, or
Give me a second to think. Yeah. Can I do the Arcana check to see if the map is magical, if there is some
Go
sort
for it.
of underlying
Yeah,
trick to
absolutely.
it?
Yes, I would love to see an Arcana check.
30. I've got an action point, and this is very important to me.
'Kay.
I'm gonna spend it.
'Kay.
No whammies. Better. 14.
14. You're flipping it over, turning it upside down, looking for patterns, like injecting law into it, like trying to like see if there's anything that can be gleaned from what by all accounts seems to be just a mundane piece of parchment.
Kid's getting a bit frustrated, and then is thinking about, well, what would Cook do? What would Rook do? What would Catman do? Is there any tricks to it? And then snaps, stands up straight immediately, rolls the map up, rushes out the door. Mistress!
I was wondering when you would think of this.
Yeah,
I've spent
you find-
several weeks now complaining about the fact that Triss keeps on talking to ghosts and I've never expect it. And I'm all like, I actually thought of it this time.
Triss is in the brothel, just having a meal, listening to music.
Mhm.
Hi, Miss Trisannas. I got a question for you.
Of course. What can I do for you?
Is Cook here now?
Is Cook here now?
Not necessarily. Like,
Not presently, but if you'd like, I could call for him.
Please, I've got a question that maybe he can answer.
All right, just give me a moment, and I'll see if I can see if he's close by. If you understand.
What was that?
what was that?
I clicked on Roll20 and it rolled everything and all of the notifications came up at the same time. It startled me.
You saw a ghost. It was very
That's
frightening.
how good it was.
What if
That's a
Triss just
20
out of nowhere went like, ah!
What would
My
scare someone who could see
apologies.
ghosts?
Yeah, that would freak me out. 29's
That's a-
pretty damn good.
Thanks.
Triss,
Go ahead and
how
turn off those sound effects.
Yeah, I've gone sound settings.
Mhm, go
how
ahead.
do you call Cook?
I think she's got a plate of food in front of her, and I think what she does is she takes some of the table dressings that they have, like I'm gonna say it's a canister of what we might refer to as Old Bay, and she's going to like drop some of it on the table in a pile, and you see her start moving it around with her finger and creating like a circle with it. And as she does, she's kind of just zoning off into nothingness. And as he gets closer to her, she focuses in on where he's coming from.
Okay. There is the sound of something. It's the sound of the aromatics hitting the pan, I'd say. Onions and
Oh,
garlic.
I was gonna say it's the sound like a distant dinner bell, like the triangle.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we'll say both. It's both. It's the
Mm-hmm.
sound of the dinner bell and the smell of aromatics hitting the pan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you rang?
Mr. Cook, your son has some questions, I assume, for you, if
Kid
you're
is not.
amenable.
Kid looks directly opposite of where Phantom Cook is and says, "Hey,
She just turns him.
hey." So, how does this work? Do I have to speak slowly, or can I just
They can hear just fine.
cool? Uh, like a child presenting a picture to be put up on the fridge. Kid shows the map to where he assumes Cook is.
Hmm.
Having a bit of trouble finding out where y'all stashed the loot.
He just sort of like looks at the map, strokes his chin. Well, I never actually was the one to stash the loot. Mostly stayed home and took care of the kitchen.
Hmm.
Cook, please don't tell me y'all scattered it to the winds, and this is the entirety of the loot just in the
Uh,
desert.
It's
Darling,
funny that
he's
he
saying
says
that
that.
he was not the one that buried the treasure. My love, Mr. Cook, apologies. Is there someone who, well, you were the last one left in town, is that right?
It,
Spirit-wise.
yes. Well, I'm the last remaining wayward son. That's for certain.
Hmm. Would you have any insight as to a better way for us to find out what this map is meaning other than what's on its face?
All the information you need is here. We didn't scatter the treasure to the wind. It's more we gathered it to it.
I see. Are you saying that the treasure is in the squall?
I need not say more.
Wonderful. Um, Mr. Kidd, well, I believe I've already said it. It seems that the treasure is, as Mr. Cook has put it, in the winds.
All right, all right. Whose idea was this?
Seems a bit harebrained. It was more a issue of circumstance.
It was an issue of circumstance. I think it's genius. No one else is going to find it. Do you know how to reacquire it out of the squall?
Genius is a funny way of is a funny way of saying we crashed our ship.
I see. Would you like me to share that, or should we keep that to ourselves?
Wait, what?
You'll find out sooner or later.
It's all right.
Uh, all right.
You merely need to be brave enough and fast enough to make it to the eye of the storm without being trampled. And then there are a few security measures that you'll have to deal with.
Oh, I think I read a novel about this once. I'm gonna go and see if I can rustle up some horse costumes.
It's not always like this. I think
My dear, I raised him. I know better.
I was trying to make him look better in front of you, but I should have known better myself.
I was, it was just on the tip of my tongue. I was about to say, not much has changed.
So, what sort of security precautions were put in place?
Oh, a little bit of home, you'd say.
Little bit of home, he says. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know why you're speaking in riddles. Though I take that back. Most spirits do speak in some sort of riddle.
I do find myself being much more obtuse in my death.
Did you? No. Well, so the Wandering Sons used to be more of a Navy sort of deal before they got over the Palisades. And from your current discussion, a little bit of home. Did y'all crash your ship in the squall?
Yes, they did. They did do that. He figured it out, so he's very clever.
He is. He is indeed.
Are there defenses on the ship we need to worry about?
Yes, I believe that is just
Yes.
what I said. That is what I said, right?
He cannot hear you. That's why I'm repeating everything you said.
I need to sit down. I need to think.
All
I need a
right.
drink.
Well, you have been an immense amount of help, Mr. Cook. Thank you so much for breakfast the other day. That was lovely.
Oh. Anytime.
Speaking of, would you perhaps be needing help in passing on?
I don't know. What's that like?
Well, I can only tell you from one side that it's like walking into a warm sunlight. A feeling of ultimate relaxation. You leave everything, all of your worries and cares behind. Beyond that, I could not tell you. I don't know what the world beyond is, personally.
I think I would like to see this through first.
Of course.
I can't imagine myself relaxing while I know that kid's about to go running into the squall.
Understandable. You yourself have not been in the squall, is that correct?
Not for very long.
Any suggestions, any helpful hints or tricks? Or a riddle, perhaps, if you care.
If that would
Keep
be
it
more helpful.
interesting.
You merely have to get to the eye.
Sounds like fun. Thank you again, Mr. Cook.
You're very welcome.
And she'll continue to listen as Kid is having an existential crisis in the background. She continues to eat her whatever it is she's eating.
Incredible. All right. Rakel and Ruth, what are you two doing in the meantime?
I was gonna go and loot through the mayor's office, and if Raquel didn't seem like she was doing anything else, Ruth would ask for a second pair of looting hands.
Okay. The mayor's office, you say. So like
Yeah.
are you're specifically you want to go to
Either like the mayor's office or basically like where I think this guy might keep private documents. Or like maps of sorts. So whether it's his house or the mayor's office.
Sheriff Hall's manor, you mean?
Yeah. I want to root through it.
Okay.
There's like
I
still
will
people there.
Yeah, I'll remind you that the majority of Sheriff Hall's forces were in his mansion.
Fuck, never mind. I thought that they would have, I don't know, left.
I like stopped being a problem.
Yeah. I loaded out of the zone and they disappeared.
I took out the load-bearing boss. Yeah, I
thought they would all just go shucks and walk away. Right. That is not the case.
I see where you're coming from here. If Ruth wanted to get like, a look at the mansion and see what's going on there, like that's also a reasonable option.
I think.
Ruth, I don't want to do that. I suggest that you don't do that either.
No, I think it's like Ruth pokes his head out of a bush and sees the manor just like full of guards. It's just like, oh, it's not okay. Well,
I mean, if he pokes his head out of a bush and looks at the manor, he sees a bunch of like earth genasi and air genasi just like tearing the place up. As it seems that Dusty's devils mounted an attack on the mansion whilst you guys were handling the dig site.
Like in Assassin's Creed 2, whenever you go up to the Vatican and it's just like all red dots on the minimap.
That's precisely what's going on. Like, you
Let's go
look
back to
off
the
into the
open world.
distance in Baldur's Gate 3 and you see a bunch of like initiative like pop up in the distance. You're all like, whoa, I don't want to go over there.
Yeah, I think I think Ruth is listening to Rakel, definitely gonna think better about this whole thing. So do we, if they're attacking, I assume they know that Hall was defeated? But I don't want to get in the way, otherwise they're choosing a really weird time for an insurrection. So I feel like word must have gotten to them.
If you say so.
Is
None
the
of my
sheriff's
business.
office less guarded?
The sheriff's office?
Yeah.
Where Kid was looking at the map before?
Oh, never mind. Damn.
I
know. No. This is me just being like, oh, that was at the bordello. And like just not connecting like where the dots are.
You're just looking for something to root around in. There's plenty of ghost town to root around in, but it's all been kind of like picked over already. All of the rooting around that you could do is back at the dig site, I suppose. And I suppose you've done that by like digging up all of the gold that they had.
Yep. That was what Triss and Ruth did last time. So I think it's just collecting the information that, you know, the manor is getting insurrectioned right now. I think that's good enough for Ruth.
Okay.
I think he's fine.
I respect
think there would be no guards.
I respect the
Honestly, I was like, I mean, maybe there aren't. I mean,
the buzzard hustle. I respect the buzzard hustle. Never not be scavenging.
Has there been a change in the spirit activity since we returned?
Good question. Since Hall was like taken?
Yeah.
I would,
and specifically I'm asking for like anything that would sort of link back to the horse.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you, as far as like the general vibe, I would say that there is a general acknowledgement that there has been a shift in like power dynamics. Like there is a sense of that, and I think that the spirits would react to that like ever so slightly. I mean, the
vibes are off.
Yeah, the vibes are different.
The vibes have gotten
basically.
better.
It's I'd say it's kind of a liminal thing where like they can tell that things are changing, and there's like it's the moment when the dice are rolled. It's the moment when the coin is flipped and we don't know the result yet. Just that holding of breath in between. As far as the horse itself, you could go out and look for it, and I would require some rolls for that.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll help you look
All
for
right.
a horse.
Cool. Sure thing. Absolutely. Give me a nature check.
23.
23. Okay. Hans. I would say that it's very much the same way that you would track any other four-legged animal. Um, you're you're looking for tracks, you're looking for leavings, fur, and even like the smell of it on the wind. And because it is a magical thing, I think it is something that you can smell. And I think that Morbeck can also assist in this tracking. Um, I think you find yourself on a ramshackle roof in the middle of town, and you can hear the distant sound of that odd jingling hoofbeat of that horse just kind of walking uh, sort of brazenly through the town streets. And you can just hear its hoofbeats echoing off the walls.
Okay. I want to try to approach the horse.
Okay. I think that you start moving towards where the horse is at, and shimmy down the wall, and you find yourself like crouched next to a figure who startles you a little bit by saying, "What makes you think it's going to be different this time?" And Sparky is just leaned up against the wall.
I don't.
I get it. You'll think differently soon enough.
I'm 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 getting to the horse.
Okay.
I Ruth is like getting on his mount, like he is ready. Like last time, he fucking zipped away and he almost ran into a tornado. I don't know the treasure's in there, but I'm not letting him almost die again.
Okay. What is your approach, Rakel, for the horse?
Uh, Calm but obvious. Like I'm just approaching from the front of it, where if it had a head, it would see me.
Right. Not trying to sneak up on it, but also like clearly not threatening.
Right.
Okay. Give me that nature check.
Right. I'm gonna add 5 to it.
Oof.
I'm gonna use the action point.
Mm-hmm.
31.
It's pretty damn good. All right. Um, you see the horse in all its glory. It is kind of a bay rum color. Seeing it out here in broad daylight, its coat literally has a sheen to it that makes it almost appear like gold.
Uh, has does it seem like it has changed at all since I removed the gold from it last time?
No. It kind of regards you warily. but it is not running.
I want to put my hand on it.
Okay. You feel it tense a little, but it is not moving yet.
Does it? Does the absence of what I took from it last time still seem obviously there?
Let me put it this way. It's not a limitless reserve of gold. But I'm gonna put this in like gamer speak. Imagine like imagine like you're fighting a boss in Dark Souls, and you just took a swing at him, and like his like health bar like bucked, but like the amount that is no longer the amount that it took away is like minuscule.
Does it seem like there was something missing from it to begin with?
Yes. But on a much more fundamental level. And I think while you are connected to it and sort of like searching for answers to these questions, you come to realize that it is searching for its missing part.
If I wanted to try and restore not only what I took, but further than that, uh, how how much do I feel like it would take?
How much do you feel to give it back what you took from it, right? Like, is that what you're asking? Like,
No,
okay,
even more.
to give it what it is missing?
Yes.
Okay. Um, you feel give me a nature check. Mm.
25.
Okay. It is missing something very specific.
What does it
And if
feel
it
like?
and if it could be restored through healing alone, then it wouldn't have been searching the desert for its missing piece for this long. It's not to say that it can't be restored. You just need to find the part that's missing. What's more, I think having had enough exposure to this creature, you get kind of the idea that this is a projection, an extension. It is like the hand of a larger creature that is pawing around blindly in the darkness. The horse you have in front of you is a shadow of what it truly is.
Shit. How do I help you find what you're looking for?
come with me.
Okay. I'll jump on the horse.
It's off like a shot.
No! Not again! Come on, Hotei, let's go!
We are still level 3. I have not learned anything from these experiences.
I love you. Okay. Fucking shit, dude. All right. Back on the horse. Back on the horse. Back on the horse. The wind is like knives. And before it was, running in a straight line, but now it has to take all of these sharp turns through the buildings to get out of town. So like there's some like crazy whiplash going on here. Give me an athletics or an acrobatics check to hold on. Any more action points
Uh-huh.
there, fella?
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid that's not going to be enough.
Is he still is Rakel still within earshot?
I know that Ruth was sitting and waiting for the moment that this would happen.
Yeah.
This horse is faster than your steed
Yeah,
by
100%.
by all means, of
Yeah.
course. But I think that you are still just within earshot.
Okay. I'm not skilled in acrobatics, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Crucial
gonna.
advice
Oh,
only works if I am skilled in that thing. So yeah. Sorry.
okay. There is a sound like a crack of thunder. Rakel is thrown from the horse, and its hoofbeats are already becoming distant as you fly through the air. And just before you feel yourself splinter through a hard wooden wall, you are caught in soft arms, and brought to a safe, less abrupt stop, as Sparky skids through the dirt with his gigantic metal boots. You all right?
I'm fine. Was that your horse before it lost part of itself?
I don't know if I follow.
Tell me about your relationship with that horse.
All right. But I'm gonna need a drink. He'll set you down. God, I can't imagine Morabek is happy with the whole Princess Carrie situation.
Oh no.
Sparky will lead you back to the Lotus Garden, so that he can order himself a fifth of whiskey. He pours himself a little, knocks it back. It's kind of a prick now.
Is your horse possessed?
No.
Then how does it live without a head?
That's a
Unless
good
this is a
question.
magic horse. Was it a magic horse before or after it was like enthralled by a giant cyclone filled with other horses?
When the squall was made, it kind of screwed with a lot of us.
Okay.
Was that your horse before the squall was made?
Yes.
Did your horse look like that before the squall was made?
No.
What was different about it?
Well, for one thing, it had a top half.
When was it lost?
When the squall was made.
Was your horse an integral part of the creation of the squall, or was this just a really unfortunate consequence?
Man, I don't know. Do I look like somebody who knows anything?
It looks. You
I
look
would
like a
assume
man.
that you would be somebody who takes care of your horse and would know what happened to your horse.
When its head went missing because of a magic cyclone.
All right, smart guy. Let's see if you can explain better. My horse's head went missing because of a magic cyclone. There, you happy?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, neither am I.
Okay. And this might seem a potentially out of pocket question. Is your horse's head, and I want to specify this, is your horse's head the treasure? Because you keep referring to your horse's top half, which there is a potential for there to be like a centaur, like a half man is like floating inside of that instead of a horse head. So are we dealing with like a horse head that whinnies or a horse man, but the man half is trapped in a cyclone?
Gonna look at Rakel. Did that sound as crazy to you as it did to me?
Yes, but I think we need to cover all bases because no one here says what they mean. It was your horse a centaur or was it a horse?
My horse was a horse.
Woo.
Of course.
And it's stuck in the squall with all the other horses.
And you presume its head is also in the squall. You're not
I don't
answering
know.
that.
I don't know where its head is.
Do you presume that the head is not in the squall?
Maybe. I don't know. Listen, we find this treasure. We release these horses. If my horse keels over and dies because it can't run through the squall anymore, then at least it gets to rest. All right? God knows all of us deserve that. A rest.
Oh shit, I don't have anything else here.
Mm-mm. You think Kid's
Y'all
done
know-
with that map?
Y'all know the parcel ponies were only supposed to be around for a year.
How long they stick around for?
Drains the rest of his glass. 5. 5 years.
You with him the whole time?
He nods.
If given the opportunity, would you do it again?
knowing what I know now? No. It's not worth it. I broke my back for 5 years for those people. What'd it get me? Broken promises, broken dreams, broken people. I think you'd know a thing or two about that, old man.
That I would. But I also know that once you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. If you liked what you did, but you didn't like the people you did it for, you can still do it again, just for yourself this time. People need to get their mail delivered. Several towns over, that's what they had us do, was your job. I'm not as good at finding people as I used to be. And I think Ruth will pull out the stack of undeliverables that he had from Glimmer. Get your horse back. Maybe you try and find these folks. At least the ones that we confirmed weren't dead. Pass on a message to them.
Yeah, maybe. And that's all just because that's only if my horse is actually recoverable.
Well, we'll do our best to get your head back on your horse. Put an end to this whole squall business. I think that's what we're doing. I don't think you're supposed to fire a gun at a tornado. But I have been wrong before.
Nah, I tried that. You really shouldn't.
Well, in the meantime, I would recommend staying away from the mayor's manor. It seems that there's a little bit of infighting going on over there.
Oh shit, really?
It looks pretty cool, but like in the way where you'd kind of want things to die down before you poked your nose anywhere.
All right. At that moment, y'all hear the sound of a gunshot from back in Madam Black's room, office.
Time to mosey.
That doesn't seem right. Let's go. We go there.
I believe everybody is in the Lotus Garden right now, so you would all hear this. Kid, that is out of the ordinary.
Well, Kid will summon his pack weapon to him and start heading over to Madam Black's office.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say... Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks. I'm making sure I have names correct. Trina is at the door, and she like looks at your gun and just kind of like shakes her head.
So I assume there was a verdict.
Something like that. And she's gonna like creak the door open just slightly. And you see briefly for a moment, Sheriff Hall is pointing a pistol at Madam Black. Smoke is billowing from the barrel. And she's just kind of got like her hands over what appears to be a gunshot wound in her torso. And then she just like very quietly, you hear her whisper, "That's against the rules." and she spreads her arms as though like for an embrace. And Sheriff Hall opens his mouth to scream, and nothing comes out as he dissolves into gold dust and just is sucked into Madame Black's shawl.
Kid's just gonna lean his rifle against the wall outside of the room and nod his head. Right. You know what? Stepping in. Madam Black, are you alright?
Doing well, my dear.
You just got shot.
She just sort of like looks down at herself and shrugs.
We gotta tend it. And he's gonna like bustle over there looking for a first aid kit.
Mm-hmm. Child, I will not require tending.
You get shot in your own establishment, and then you like turn a guy into gold, and he's just rambling, not even like perceiving. He's worried.
Child, you need not concern yourself.
I'm a little concerned considering I might lose. Well, if you're alright with being shot, that's well and dandy, but please humor me.
Look, I am uninjured.
She's fine.
Yeah, you look, and like I don't know, when it comes to like black on black, it's kind of hard to like see changes in texture as far as like
Is
fabric
there
goes.
a crimson blossom, or is there nothing
No,
there?
not at all. Not at all. She's a little more shimmery now, like she's got kind of like a gold, like a glitter situation going on.
Just pinches the bridge of his nose. You know better than I. Thank you for handling that.
There is a way that I handle some issues that we may have in the bordello. One of them is to hand them a firearm and see what they do with it. And as you know, violence is not allowed in this establishment.
I can kind of see why now.
You get the idea, she's smiling.
Maybe I could pick your brain while I'm here, if you're feeling up for it.
Certainly. What troubles you?
I conferred with the ghost of Cook, and he says, and he'll pull out the map and just show her, this entire route is where the treasure is. And of course, that's the same as the squall, and we need to get up in there if we want that gold.
I see.
So, unless I could spread wings and like fly or something, or like find a really tall cliff to jump into it, I think we're, pardon my French, shit out of luck. Not French, what would be, forgive my ramble.
Well, what I know is that the wayward sons frequently came and went from the squall. They would often drop you off here before they went.
Yeah, I know that.
It is not without its dangers, but I suspect it is not impossible.
Right. Right. Turning to the group in the doorway. So, you heard the treasure's in the squall.
I
Do
will
you
say
know
another
if the
thing.
treasure includes a horse head?
I do not know that, actually.
Ruth just like steadily raises his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Sir.
I didn't know if talking out of turn was against the rules, and after seeing what happened to that guy, I kind of want to be a little bit more on board if I can. So the Wayward Sons went to the Squall on a regular basis. Did they have a method of safely getting into the Squall? Or were they just throwing themselves at a tornado to try and get their treasure?
Kid has that look of someone who would actually lean towards the latter of that statement, thinking about his dad's.
Sounds good.
Just like the look of
only-
concern. Like,
The only information I was given by Cook was that you need to get to the center before you get run over. Now, they used a ship, kid. Please explain how they did that.
Like a maritime vessel?
flying
what it
math, flying
sounded
math,
like.
flying math.
Uh,
Wait, are you talking about them using a ship to get into the Squall, or how they originally accidentally got the ship into said Squall from their Navy days?
I'm not certain, but I know that they crashed their ship in the Squall that is on a fixed path nowhere near water.
You see, they never really, Can I make a history check?
Sure.
One of these stories.
They could have turned it to gold dust and then recreated it. in the
25.
path.
As a nat
Okay.
20.
What's your question?
It's a history check to remember if anyone has told Kid the story about how they got the ship into the tornado, the Squall.
Okay. They used the dinghy.
Danae, that doesn't answer any questions.
I know. I'm sorry.
So
Yes, of course.
Sometimes I like to just
They
say
used the
off
dinghy.
sometimes I just say like off the cuff things and wait to see if somebody else is gonna like fill in the blanks.
Uh-huh.
Well,
if they launched an explosion behind the boat, would it have like shot them forward and into it, or were they just like ship in the middle of the path?
you know what? How they got into there is it doesn't matter.
It does, because we'll have to do it.
Kid, you recall that they would oftentimes say, I'm gonna take the dinghy out to the Squall. Which is a nonsensical phrase. But boy howdy, that's what they would say.
Whenever someone would go and take out loot, they would say they'd take the dinghy out to the Squall. So I assume that there is a dinghy at one of the bases, and we take that to the Squall and ride that up to the ship.
Now, again, I am not.
You deal with
Okay,
ghosts, you deal with spirits. This is not the weirdest thing to happen.
A dinghy's a
Uh,
boat, right?
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
It's a small maritime vessel, mostly used for rowing. But yes, it's a boat.
Is this like capital T, capital D, or just the dinghy as like a regular everyday boat in the middle of the desert?
We do live in a magical world. Perhaps it is a flying vessel. Did it
Yep.
have
The
wings, son?
Dinglethopter.
Yep, it was flying. Mm-hmm.
Well, that would make a lot of sense.
I mean, nobody's
So-
questioning as to how they crashed their ship in the Squall.
I'm questioning. We're all questioning today. That's what the line of questioning has been for
I've
the
done
last
nothing
10 minutes.
but question.
That's
You know-
that's an adventure for another stream.
Good point, you guys.
So,
Uh,
Fun fact about Vikings, they're able to take their longboats on land via a sort of, palace system? Like, not palace, like a
Ah,
pelican
damn.
system.
You could have been raised by Vikings.
But you weren't.
I was
You're
raised by pirates, which is like
pirates.
a degree less than Vikings.
They're just
Re-
tropical. They're tropical
Well-
Vikings.
Tropical Vikings.
But before we get
Vikings
too
with
Pirates
their
are
far,
Hawaii
everywhere.
before we get too off topic, I think
Wanna
we
start
have
now.
magical capabilities. Let us just create a flying vessel of our own that will allow us to get within the eye of the storm. I'm
I
not
mean-
saying I know how to do that. I'm just saying that that is probably the next step.
I'd also like to go and try and find the dinghy just in case it is enchanted with some sort of spell to take us up into it.
Okay. How about?
Please, Mr. Kid, lead the way. Unless you have any objections, Raquel.
What are we doing?
We're gonna go try and find the mode of transportation to get ourselves into the squall and into the ship holding all of the gold that the Wandering Sons have stolen over the years, including the bounty to 6 spurs.
Do you have an idea of where that vessel might be?
Well, the dinghy might be back home. Like,
Where's home?
out in the ramble, just like abandoned base.
Yeah. That sounds about right to me.
Okay.
Like one of those old style, like, Castillos in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Made out of
Not terracotta.
like them mud huts.
Adobe.
Adobe,
Adobe.
thank you.
Thank you.
I prefer Premiere.
That's
No.
an Adobe product.
I
That is
know.
an
I
Adobe?
said it, and then I realized you don't have to reiterate.
Oh, silly.
My failures already
How-
amplify on top of each other.
How dare they appropriate that name?
I'm more of a Clip
Tainted.
Studio Pro kind of guy.
Gimp.
I prefer Da Vinci myself, but
Da Vinci?
Da Vinci!
So we're going to
Where the deer and the buffalo range.
We're
Sure.
going to the Wandering Sons home base.
Wayward.
Wayward Sons, sorry. I keep saying Wandering.
Carry on, my wayward sons.
I know.
It's okay. All right.
Wondering. I'll get
Y'all
this
are gonna head
right.
out to the vacated home of the Wayward Sons. I say that it's kind of a somber experience. Sparky tags along, by the way.
No, this is my childhood home. You can't. It's okay.
Just so you know. I'll also say that Sparky will mention that the headless horse always runs to the center of the squall, but like he's always thrown off before he gets that far.
Can you rope your horse?
I mean, it'd be really hard.
where?
Ain't got no
Where
neck.
would you rope him?
Round the
Yeah.
middle. Where else?
And how?
I don't know. Someone hop on and tie it up because we could fashion a sleigh and rope the horse along, and they'll just drag us to the center.
It might just be crazy enough to work.
We could rope the dinghy to the horse and have it pull us along.
That might be just crazy enough to work. All right. You guys make your way to the hideout of the Wayward Sons, which is a fair distance out into the ramble. I'd say that it's next to a dried up riverbed. You remember that creek babbling in your youth, where Rook and Cook would sit out there and bicker and fish and catch something for dinner. There is all of these pleasant memories that come back to you, but are starkly shadowed by the fact that this is where the massacre happened. This is where they all died.
Riddled with bullet holes.
Riddled with bullet holes. It is kind of awful, honestly, returning here. But sure enough, you walk over to the stables, and you find just a little lifeboat parked right next to where the carts would be.
Ah, that's not gonna buff out, Kid says, taking a knee at one of the bullet holes, and he's just gonna gloss it over with gold.
Mm.
Alright. Dinghy acquired.
So now what?
Kid will lift the dinghy by himself and start walking. I guess we'll have to fashion some sort of sled underneath it so that it drags and not, like, bucks us off, but I guess we'll take this to the squall and hope for the best. I don't really have much of a plan, to be honest.
Oh, there's got to be some sort of trick to it.
Stop thinking about Tears of the Kingdom. Stop thinking about Tears of the Kingdom.
So I'm going to take out my Zonai plate, and I'm going to drag over 3 fans and a battery.
Found this funny little guy with an oversized backpack and a leaf for a face.
I punt him.
I have this
Yeah.
overwhelming desire to glue him to the front of this thing and do unspeakable things.
They're invincible.
All right, so we can get this boat, turn it into a sled, somehow attach it onto the headless nightmare horse and have it rush directly in. We can find a place with semi-high altitude and make a series of gliders and just, like, hope for the best our way from above. I don't know, that's all I really got. As far as options here.
We imbue it with magic and just make it fly.
Can I Arcana check to see if the boat has any enchantments on it?
Yeah, hit me with it.
16.
16. You can tell that there are laws written into this thing. But with a 16, I don't know if it's enough to know how to activate them.
Well, there's law ingrained in this wood, so it is magical by nature. I just don't know how to activate whatever's on it. He'll slap the boat and say, "Carry on, my wayward son."
Fuck. That's good. It roars to life. That's so stupid.
I'm gonna play the song now.
Like the runes that are that are engraved into it all light up with this golden light, and it goes and then it just sort of like levitates in place.
Huh. I got it.
Now, how do you pilot this thing? Are you skilled in land vehicles or water vehicles? Sorry,
Neither.
vehicles, comma, land, or parentheses, land.
Land,
Sparky-
yes, I've never seen water.
Sparky
I
kind of
have.
walks up, he squints, he reaches into the dinghy, and he picks up 2 oars. And I think that's where we're gonna leave off for our break.
Incredible. So
We
are gonna
cut
try
back.
and
It's
beat
like, sorry, I was gonna say we cut back. It's Sparky and Kid rowing backwards into the squall.
This is the dumbest thing we've done. Okay.
It's the dumbest thing we've done so
So
far.
far.
So we are going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go to a place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you all shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon.
Goodbye.
Hello. We have returned. Hello, everybody. Wings. We found a
Yes.
dinghy.
You found a dinghy.
A dinghy.
And you even got it up and running. Incredibly so. And it sounds to me like we're going into a skill challenge. So let's all go ahead and roll some initiative.
Okay.
Because the next step is going to be using that there dinghy to get into the squall.
Ding dang dingy.
The ding dang dinghy.
Dig it up on dig it. ARMPI to the T. What is that you be smelling, dog? That's me. Sorry.
Ah!
It's
Oh my
such
god,
a blast from the past.
I could probably do that whole thing. I'm not gonna lie.
You got to go and dig those holes.
Dingy those holes.
Dingy those holes.
Wait, were
Where
y'all not
is my
thinking about
dinghy?
holes during the entire
Oh, absolutely.
session last time?
No, yeah.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's true.
That's
That's true. I have Centaur World going off in the back of my brain, just going holes, holes, holes.
Nights in the courtyard.
I love Derpleton.
I recently introduced Centaur World to some friends this past week. And they were all like, okay, so what are these characters' names? Who's the giraffe guy? And I was like, Derpleton. And they were like, oh. All right, let me just sort this out so that we've got in descending order. We've got at the top of the initiative, Triss. Our goal right now, everybody is in the dinghy. The goal is to get the dinghy into the squall without everyone dying.
Dope. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Sparky. Is Sparky, he wanted to
Assisting.
ride on in the boat? Where's he
Yeah,
going?
Sparky's coming too. You know what? Since Sparky's here, we have had it in the past that if an NPC is here on the skill challenge with you guys, they can assist in some way. Sparky is pretty damn fast. So I'm gonna say
Is he proficient in any skills? He could help out in those.
Because
let me look.
I did
skill
have
list.
an image in the back of my mind of how this, like, how we roll up to the squall. There is a lone caravan cart that is, like, plowing its way through the ramble up to the tornado. There is a moment where the tarp of the caravan just, like, flops off, and there is the dinghy in the middle of the caravan cart with everyone loaded up inside of it.
I am putting on goggles. I am gold dusting up a pair of big ol' eye protection going into this.
Oh, goggles, a scarf, a head wrap, you're gonna get torn up.
Okay. I'm going to tag 2 skills. You can have 1 total reroll in acrobatics in this skill challenge, and 1 reroll in nature in this skill challenge.
Nice.
And that's on account of Sparky assisting. So I'll actually write that down on the Roll20 so that we remember. Make sure I'm not whispering. Acrobatics and nature. Okay. At the top of the initiative, we got Triss.
Hello, it's me. Triss is highly uncomfortable in this flying ship. You can see she is at the back, like holding on for dear life, like just arms very uncomfortably, holding on to anything and everything she can. Moving up to the squall, I think that she's going to try to give us an entry, and use nature to do so, because boy, that's what I'm good at. So she's going to kind of reach forward, the gold dust kind of manipulating in her hand, and she's going to try to make a throughway, like just a breach point for us to get in. Kind of hold back one part.
Okay.
24.
24 is going to be a success.
Let's go.
It is like a knife through hot butter. Hold on. Let me try that again. It is it is like a hot knife
I
through
liked
butter.
it.
A knife
The
through
other way
hot
works
butter.
too.
Where am I going? Who am I? Ruth.
It's
I
liquid.
can't believe
deck.
it.
Shut.
Okay.
If the butter is hot, it is in fact liquid. So I guess the knife would be able to go through it smoothly.
So thankfully with the goggles, I am not impeded by all of this dust and debris as we enter into the squall. I think that Ruth would hop into the navigator's position to try and maintain a heading. Or if it's like there are the rows, but then for some reason there's like a rudder that still controls helps with the direction or something along those lines. I want to navigate. I want to use my perception.
I kind of think about it in terms of like
that's just like pointing.
It's kind of like a treasure planet situation, you know, like they've got those solar sailors, right?
Yeah.
So I think there is a rudder at the back that actually helps with controlling direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my my perceptions to try and help with this.
Sick. Let's see it.
Action point time.
All right. A 16 isn't going to be quite enough.
Oof. My beard
All right,
keeps
kid.
flying into my goggles.
Sorry, I have to memorize new hotkeys. I'd like to use my arcana to use the law that is imbued within me to steady the boat.
Ooh, okay. I like that. The wind is blowing, the floorboards of the dinghy are rattling. You can tell that it's actually like this is kind of an old craft. And it's almost like this is necessary. You kind of have to hold the whole thing together. 19 is going to be exactly enough.
What this looks like to everyone in the party is Kid extends a hand, palm downward, threads of gold shoot down into the boat and wrap themselves to keep it together, and he pulls it back like a rein. And the boat kind of shudders as it like solidifies a bit more.
Very cool. Rakel, as we come up on your turn, you can hear the distant whinnying and stampeding of horses closer to the center of the squall.
I would like to use endurance to not throw up.
That's so fair.
Natural 1.
You wanna use an action point on that one, or is that you're gonna let that one lie? Sometimes the dice tell you what you you need.
No, that's it.
All right. Okay. Top of the second round. Triss.
Well, boy, that was. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think Triss is going to just rub Rakel's back a little bit.
Hold her hair back.
Yeah, just pull it back a little bit. She's gonna use I think she's gonna use maybe insight to try to understand how this works, like trying to get tornadoes are a natural thing. She knows tornadoes, she knows dust devils. This is not quite following that pattern, so I think she's going to try to do that to then determine the best course of action forward.
Okay.
Or maybe the eye's not actually in the center and she's trying to figure that out. 19.
19. Once again, exactly what you need. Um, everything about this thing seems to line up with what you know about tornadoes, insofar as the eye is definitely at the center.
Okay.
The things that are abnormal about it are the fact that it persists for so long, the fact that it's so large, and the fact that it seems to be powered by the hundreds and hundreds of horses that are now stampeding in a tight circle around the center of this squall. And they have just now kind of come into view just barely as they're kicking up so much dust. Their bodies are barely visible.
She'll yell up to the navigators and say, "Wait for the swells. There is a momentum to it. You have to feel it. Feel the tornado."
Feel.
Yeah, there's a rhythm to it. Get in the rhythm.
All right. Ruth.
I would like to use my endurance skill to maintain the course on this.
All right. You're like holding on to the rudder and you gotta
just with
like
all
keep
of my wry little old man strength. Because Ruth's understanding of a tornado is that the outside goes up and out, but if you manage to hit the inside of the tornado, it would pull you down and in. I don't know if that's true, but if we're trying to get to the center and we like ride the spin of the horses as they're like going around this thing, we'll eventually get to the middle of it.
All right.
So we got to punch through part of the tornado to get to that inside curve.
Punch it.
So yeah, let's punch it. Let's see if we can do Jenny Nicholson proud. Punch it.
Oh my god, I've seen that video probably 7 times now.
I'm gonna use my last action point. I didn't punch it as well as I wanted. Punch it.
Oh my god. Ruth!
You failed her.
All
right.
Ruth is.
What about Skippy?
Yeah.
What about Skippy?
Time out.
Yeah.
Is it failures 2? Like criticals? 2 fails?
Well, here's the thing. That's not how it works.
Okay, cool.
Successes are two though.
Successes are I'm not tracking how many failures you have.
Right, we
you
just
need to get
succeed.
a certain amount of successes before 3 rounds. And you are in round 2 right now.
So as they're blasting through into the tornado, Ruth's endurance is going terribly. You just hear him over the yell, "Oh, what a day! What a glorious day!"
No more endurance. 2 endurance checks,
bad.
both nat 1.
Endurance bad. Oh no, it's my favorite 4th edition skill.
Endurance.
Endurance. Okay. But you know, a natural 1 does feel like I should raise the stakes a little bit. Ruth, your wiry old man hands hold onto the rudder and it just snaps off. And you lose control of the vessel. Kid.
I would like to use an athletics to punch the tornado. I mean, steady the boat.
Okay, tell me more about how you're using athletics to steady the boat.
So the handle of the rudder has snapped, correct?
Yes.
Kid from wherever he is in the boat launches towards the rudder, spins his gun out and just gun butts it into where the rudder used to be, fuses it with gold, and then just holds it there using just pure strength.
All right, so you're brute forcing it. That's kind of fun. Let's see that roll.
18.
18 is not enough, my guy.
Can I reroll after the reveal, or by spending an action point?
Yeah, you always can.
Cool. Please, this is one of my. Never mind.
Oh, another natural 1. My God.
What's going on?
Oh.
What a lovely day.
Rakel.
Things are going poorly.
Rakel, so Kid goes and tries to like shove the butt of his gun into where the rudder previously was, to try and regain control of the vessel. But something vital has been destroyed in the back of the dinghy. It kind of like veers and it like nosedives a little bit. It does a harsh twist through the wind. You hear the crunch of wood. It staggers back into flight, but it is unsteady. Rakel.
Okay, what is our position relative to the horses?
I'll say that as it like unsteadily sort of like veers back into the air, you careen over this just river of stampeding horses. They're all packed together. You can see that they're rearing up and bashing their hooves, their heads, their bodies against what appears to be a wall of wind that is forcing them out of the eye of the storm. And each one of them individually is giving their best effort to try and break through.
I want to, in my best horse girl way, reach out to them and with the spirits and everything and let them know we are going to help. We are going to help them right now.
Nature check?
24.
I want you to know that in my notes, this skill challenge is called Horse Girl Stampede. You reach out to the horses, and like there's just kind of like this cacophony of whinnying that they've been doing. Just screaming. It's really unsettling to hear it over the whining and the roaring of the wind. And then suddenly they all go quiet, and it's just the sound of their hoofbeats against the ground, just thundering in this tight, chaotic whirl at the center of this storm. And then it's like everything goes in slow motion, and it's very quiet, just for you, as you see the golden sheen of the coat of the headless horse, as it comes running out of the wind, and it begins to run just alongside the dinghy, almost close enough that you could touch it. Trisannas, it is the third round.
Okay. Okay. Kid has broken something on the back of the ship. Oh, Ruth broke something on the back of the ship.
We can blame Kid, but it was me.
Okay. Okay.
To be
Look.
fair,
RJ
Rakel did not help the situation at all.
Look, okay.
You've got 4 more rolls. You're probably gonna be fine.
Yeah. So, Tris, seeing her found family in this danger, Rakel is doing good work out there. Tris finds the bravery inside of herself, and she is going to, because she is made of wood, she is going to wrap her arms around the front and kind of do a flip, so she becomes the new rudder of the ship. She is going to use acrobatics to do so. God, I hope this works.
Part of the crew.
Part of the crew.
Part of the ship.
That's a 27!
Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys now have a partial success on your hands.
Yay.
As Tris literally binds herself with the dinghy, holds it together, and begins guiding the ship through the wind, using her body as a rudder. At this point, you guys can continue rolling to try and get a full success out of this one.
You got it, boss.
All right, Ruth, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try a perception. If I see this headless horse running alongside our dinghy, I am gonna try and navigate us in the direction that horse is going, because if that horse is always going towards its head, that means that it will take us to where at least part of this quest is.
Okay.
Incredible. Perfect.
It's not a 1.
It's not a 1, but I don't believe a 15 is a success here.
I'm afraid not. There's a lot of dust being kicked up by these horses, and your goggles get knocked off. As I was saying, and I realized that you specifically said you wore goggles, kid.
No,
Speaking
it's
of vision
gotten
impairment.
underneath.
Oh, it's like caked in
Yeah,
the
it's
lenses.
in the goggles. Yeah, they have like little breathers on the sides. Bad goggles.
Kid's really good at 2 things, and I'm gonna do the second one, Arcana, to summon the law around me to form like a dome to try and mitigate the wind.
Okay, to protect you guys. Yeah, that works for me.
It's flecks of dust, gold dust that are colliding with the dust particles that are coming at us.
And we're sure that it's not pollen.
25.
You reach out with your command over law. You realize that there are actually clauses previously written into this dinghy that were evidently just like not being used because like it was taxing the vessel too much, and you're able to like it's a we're giving her all she's got, Captain, and
I shut off the
like,
life support to reroute power to the blasters.
yeah. So dumb. Or in this case, it's more like you're rerouting power to life support. So that is a success. Rakel, you are make or break on whether or not this is going to be a full success or a partial success. You can see that golden horse keeping pace with the dinghy.
I would like to see where the headless horse is, if there is a direction that it is trying to push it. Like I want to perceive, but I want to know
Okay.
where the horse is trying to go.
Okay. Holy shit. Fuck yeah.
31.
Little dicey there in the middle, but we got it.
You are watching this horse, and like I said, from your perspective, it's almost like it's moving in slow motion. And you remember the words that you heard before when you had your hand on its flank. How do I help you? Follow me. Come with me. And the horse leaps into the air. It vaults over the stampede of the other horses, and you see it bash against the wall and then just like tumble and fall under the other horses and turn into just gold dust. But there is a crack in the wall that it just bashed against.
Through there.
The dinghy smashes through the wall of the eye of the storm and splinters into flotsam and jetsam. You are all thrown from the vessel. You hear the horrible cracking of wood and probably the screaming of your companions as you find yourselves just tumbling through the air. And then a sploosh you all find yourselves floundering underwater, and a wave comes up, kasploosh, tumbles you over. But somehow, after what seems like an eternity of chaos and near drowning, you find yourselves washing ashore on an island.
Now, before anybody asks, no, I do not know what's going on.
Well, that is an unexpected turn of events, I must say.
What does this island look like as we stand up from the beach?
Well, as you peel yourself up out of the sand, there's a lot of rocks surrounding you, mostly rocky crags. But as you turn around, you see an enormous ship, just the wreckage of one, that is kind of split and scattered through this cove.
Are we on an island in the middle of the ocean that we got to by falling through a tornado made of horses in the middle of the desert?
Yeah, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Nose starts bleeding.
Sparky
Right.
like does a full-on push-up out of the sand, just like, we did it. We made it through.
It seems so. Were we in some
He's like
sort of
checking his
transportation
body
magic?
to make sure everything made it through with him.
Arcana? Digging through my knowledge of law and magic.
Sure, what was the question? I spoke over you.
Did we get teleported via portal?
Yes, give me an Arcana.
20.
I don't know if teleportation is the correct word for this. It's probably more of a pocket dimension.
For all intents and purposes, to make things simple, yes, I believe we were teleported, but not to anywhere on the material. I think this is a pocket dimension.
Slightly better, yet somehow worse.
Okay, how do we get out of pocket?
That's why it's worse.
Well, I think we should deal with the problem ahead of us and worry about that when we come to it.
What's the problem ahead of us?
Finding the treasure.
And perhaps fighting anything that might be on this plane. If we must, depending on what is here. We are in a variable of unawares or unknown, so.
Oh, kid.
Yeah.
Does your map look different at all?
Open up the map. And yes, actually, it now it's similar to when you open up the wanted poster and it like changes to show you the next deputy to take out. You hear the flipping of paper, and there's a zoom into the squall. And now you see a map of the beach that you're standing on. And there's an X right over half of the ship.
Turn it to face the everyone in the party.
A very important follow-up question. Does everybody here know how to swim?
I mean, there used to be a creek out back, and I used to play in that.
How far away from shore is the ship?
Oh, it's fairly close.
Oh, okay.
It is basically washed up on the shore.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
the tide is just kind of coming in. It seems to be that the tide isn't strong enough to drag it back out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, Kid'll shoulder his gun and start walking towards the ship.
All right.
Yep.
Ruth is gonna take off his boots and let his feet into the sand. Follow.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Get to do it
horrible
very
putting
often.
back on.
Ruth, do you hum a little tune to yourself as you do so?
I do. It's a jaunty little tune.
You hum this jaunty little tune to yourself, and for a second you think that Triss is singing along with you. When you realize you recognize this voice. It's the voice of your wife.
Oh.
And it's just sort of echoing off the rocks.
Oh, I know the solution to this. I begin to harmonize operatically as I walk across the water.
Quick, you gotta make him feel awkward.
No.
Yeah, I think Ruth is just. I don't think that he was prepared for it, and I think he just kind of like stops. If he's able to, and he'll just like wipe a tear away from his eye. Just take a deep breath of the sea air.
Does a 15 hit your will?
A 15. It does.
Okay. We'll resolve that in a second. In the meantime, I would like to move everybody over onto the map. There we go. I know this is a large map. Just bear with me here. Put it at about like 60% roughly, and kind of center it like around this area.
That's actually what I did.
Awesome.
So I will transfer that over. Wow. Now.
I'm checking out whatever this washed up goop is on the shore.
Seaweed.
Probably.
I throw it up.
Oh, this map's bigger. Oh no.
And y'all can go ahead and roll initiative if you like. Oh, that's right. I need to go grab Sparky. Sparky!
Sparky Boom Man. Oh, hey. It's do or die.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
I won't forget to roll Sparky into initiative this time. Also, before I forget, your rewards for a full success on your skill challenge. Everybody get an action point. And you get a +1 to all attacks in this fight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, we're all rolled in. Okay. So, at the beginning of this combat, because surprise, surprise, that's what we're in now. First of all, Ruth has been lured out into the water. He just kind of like gets lost in the music for a moment, and then suddenly finds himself standing barefoot out in the water, and does not know why or how he's there. Also, the water is difficult terrain.
Okay.
Any questions thus far?
Am I still under the effect of the siren's lure?
You are dazed until the end of the siren's next turn.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little. We'll make it yellow. And I'll put a yellow one on the siren as well, just to remind us.
I believe there might be something that's supposed to be in the GM layer.
Nope.
Next to Kid.
Nope, that's there.
Nope.
That I revealed that on purpose.
Cool.
That is
I hate
that is
that.
the next thing. Just real quick, I need to write something down. Somehow it didn't
Have
make
to
it.
know about the Tomatillo.
Oh, here's a fun story. Back when I used to run 4th edition, I would give each one of the monsters a unique name. Just because it's a lot easier to be all like, yes, and so now it is Tamatoa's turn.
Instead of Goblin 5.
Yes. It's more fun that way. If everything that you kill has a name. Okay.
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
that
is
was
it?
dark as hell.
Hello, everybody. My name is RJ. I've been Kid.
25 versus your AC, Kid.
I believe that does hit.
Okay. So it'll be 10 damage.
Yikes.
13 versus your AC?
13 will not.
Okay. And then 19 AC?
I'm going to use my Scald's armor to redirect the attack onto itself.
Okay. Well, let's see if that hits him. It does. Okay. Something comes rushing out from under the boat. It claws at you. And those claws, one of them manages to like latch around your leg. And it appears to have a scorpion tail that it tries to run you through with.
Kid
Which
bashes the scorpion tail downward into the actual creature.
yes. I guess
One
it's ongoing
tarnation!
5. All right. And with that, everyone quickly becomes aware of the fact that there are more creatures moving in the water, and the sound of singing coming from the rocks. And now we are in combat. Sparky appears to have rolled highest in initiative, so I suppose what he's going to do is he's gonna run in and try and get the thing that's attacking Kid. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's as far as he can. No, wait, he has 8 movement. 7, 8. He's gonna do that. Kind of swirl around Kid there, and try and kick Tamatoa as he does so. But an 11 does not hit his AC, so he's just gonna kick ineffectually at this crab lobster scorpion thing's armor.
Combat
Rakel
advantage is just a +2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Rakel, it's your turn.
All right. In my 6 squares of... Okay, hang on. No. Damn it. Okay. 6 squares of movement. Can I make it here?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay. Okay. Can more back also.
Yes.
Okay. From this vantage point, is there anything else in the water next to Ruth or anybody?
Give me a perception check.
25.
Yes. You can see a shadow moving near him. Right here.
Can I, between Morbeck and I, get him back on the shore?
Like drag him back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're willing to use your turn doing that, yeah, I am fully willing to let you do that. Ruth is dazed. Like it's not he. What does that mean? What does dazed mean? Dazed. Creature doesn't get its normal complement of actions on its turn. It can take either a standard, a move, or a minor. It can't take immediate actions or opportunity actions. It grants combat advantage, and it can't flank. Yeah, so long as Simon is gives the okay, I'm willing to let you grab him and drag him back. Like, no check.
Yeah. Totally fine. You have advantage on me, so like I'm here for it.
So that was 6 movement.
Mm-hmm.
To move back with him. With that, could I do that with a shift?
You could have Morabek grab him and put him on the other side of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. Just Morbeck grabs that old man and drags him out of the water like a wet kitten. And just puts him right there. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for you, my friend?
Can I get back away?
You can say that you didn't move that far up and just had Morbeck do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that works
that's
for
good
me.
for me.
Okay. Tamatoa. He was a drab little crab once. It's gonna take 5 tail damage because someone stabbed him with his own tail.
He stabbed himself with his own tail. If that was going to be a danger, do not have a tail that secretes venom. Venom.
Okay. Oh,
sure.
okay. Just reminding myself what things do. He's gonna try and stab you again. 11 and 10 aren't going to hit, right?
No.
But having missed an attack, he's going to, as you can see on the macro here, it says miss, see, scuttle. He scuttles. He gets to shift 2 squares. Doop, doop. And he's going to try and save from being hurt. He does not.
Well, it looks like
That's
you're
10.
dealing with your own problems over there.
All right, kid, it's your turn.
And
He's
I'm
trying
about
to
to be a
like
problem.
he's currently trying to yank his own tail out of his back.
Okay.
Kind of an awkward angle. It's not really supposed to do that.
How far is that? Okay, I could do that. Okay. I would like to charge.
Okay.
So I'm charging. Does it have to be in a straight line, or can I?
Let's see. Charge.
Then
Standard
moves
action.
towards a target.
Choose a target. Figure out how far away the creature is from the target. Counting through squares of blocking terrain, and then follow these steps. 1. Move. The creature must move up to its speed towards the target. Each square of movement must bring the creature closer to the target, and the creature must end its move at least 2 squares away from its starting position.
Okay.
The creature either makes a melee basic attack or uses against the target or uses bull rush against it, and the creature gains a +1 bonus to the attack roll.
So I can't make like a night movement where I just make an L into the creature, which would fulfill the 2 squares and the movement.
I'd allow it.
Cool. You're
It doesn't
awesome.
say anything. I mean, like, if I read this really strictly, I could see how I would rule differently, but I'd rather you have fun.
Okay. Taking a page out of Sparky's book, you see kid dash up this way and then down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use an ability or a power that I have
Mm-hmm.
that works also off of a charge called Foe Snare. This is at +1 to hit. 26.
Chivas, yes, that hits.
Okay, so they are immobilized until the end of my next turn. They take 11 damage,
Damn.
and they are not funky fresh, so they do not take the extra 2.
Bloodied. Kamatoa is bloodied.
Yeah, and I'm going to use a minor action to activate my Ghost Step.
All right. Dang. Go off, kid.
You hear a peal of thunder in the background as they're singing. I'm gonna claw out your eyes.
Drown you to death. All right.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Creatures moving in the water. Carcat comes swimming in. It's going to rush up and it's going to try and impale Morabek. Does a 14 hit your AC?
That is my AC.
Okay. 5 damage I don't think is going to be enough to hurt Morabek.
No.
Yeah, equal to 10 plus 1/2 your level. Yeah, so 0 damage to Morabek. Cool. This guy snaps his little pincers in a menacing way at your ghostly wolf companion. Another creature moves in the water. Coming straight out of another crab's treasure, it's Krill. And he's gonna run up and he's gonna try and impale Rakel. 12 versus AC.
No.
Okay, well, he's gonna miss. Ruth, 'tis your turn. You are dazed, which means that you can do 1 action.
Okay. I think when Rakel and Morabek snagged Ruth, they heard him singing to himself,
He's a nasty thing with bedbug wings, and he's coming for your soul.
And then you just like, nope, not right now, old man, and you pull him away. And so he's like kind of shaking his head a little bit. I think without moving, he's just gonna attack Krill. Just there's something nearby that he can
Yeah.
hit.
Something's getting me.
Shut
Dead
up.
bugs.
Meh.
All right.
And
Fuck 'em
I
up.
will use the Twin Strike ability. So show me potato salad. Does 28 hit AC?
Yes.
All right. And then does a 19 hit AC?
Yes.
All right. So it is going to be taking a total 14 points of damage from 1, 2.
All right. Not quite bloodied, but close. Anything else for you, my friend?
Nope, that's going to be it. I think he just starts humming again because he's still dazed.
A little bit distracted. I see how it is. All right. My dear sweet lady, notices that you guys are tied up by those crods down there, but she doesn't like the looks of how fast Sparky is, so she's going to look over at him and she's going to try. Oh, too far away, actually. This is a silly place for her to have chosen to be. Just gonna move down these rocks and kind of park on top of that broken mast. And she's going to sing over towards Sparky, and she's going to try and mesmerize him. 13. Oh, Sparky, your will is your worst stat. He now cannot see anyone else other than the songstress over there. And this is Save Ends. So he's kind of distracted, kind of looking off in that direction, muttering to himself, and who knows what he's saying. This guy shouldn't be here. You are a imposter. You, however, you can be here. Mr. Krabs! Good. Gonna try and impale Triss. Does an 18 hit your AC?
It's at my AC in years. Yeah, it does.
Okay. That's 7 damage, and you have ongoing 5. Save
Okay.
ends.
What's the
And
save?
then it's just it's a flat save. You treat it like a death saving throw. You roll a d20, and if you get higher than 10, it ends.
Heard. Okay. Is that on my
Um,
turn?
Yes, all of you, whenever something says save ends, it's at the end of your turn.
End of my turn. Got it.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, and here is Sebastian. Does having fun from your names make this more enjoyable for you guys? It does for me. 23 versus AC, kid.
Yep.
6 damage, ongoing 5.
Ow.
The seaweed is always greener when you're not getting stabbed. Trisannas, it's your turn.
I take 5 damage.
Yes, you do.
Okie dokie. Artichoke. That's a lot of stuff going on around me. I don't like this bitch up here. I'm gonna. I don't know if it's worth it. Is she up on top of that pillar?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to shift back so you don't take like combat disadvantage from the dude next to you while
Oh,
you're firing.
that's fair. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll shift 5.
Okay.
And then I am going to... I am going to I'll cast Rhyme Strike on Big Bad.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll that. That's a 9.
You have action points if you wanted to hit.
That's true. I'll try again.
Go for it.
Hey.
Natural
Let's
20.
go.
Let's go. All right, so that's a D10 plus something.
That's 13 cold damage, and the
When
target
is
is
it-
immobilized.
When you get a natural 20, you max out your
Holy
damage.
shit.
So,
Yeah, so-
what's your modifier on there? Do you know?
Let me look.
3? No.
Plus
Is it-
2, I think. Well, maybe it's plus
Uh,
5 because it seems to say that you rolled a 10 or an 8.
Plus your wisdom modifier. My wisdom modifier is 4.
Okay. Okay.
And there's a +1 in there too.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's plus 5 because it looks like it's saying that you rolled an 8 there.
Yes,
So-
mod plus half level is 5. The modifier itself is 4.
I think you do 15 cold damage,
Let's
which
go.
bloodies her exactly.
Okay, that's my standard action.
And it drops a zone of cold. Oh, I've done it again. do this
Since I
every
hit her with
time.
an area attack, I am going to use
We
my...
win!
Yay! I'm going to use my Voyage of the Ancients to teleport 5 squares. I'm going to...
Oh, damn.
Hello? Just a wind of cold ice you can feel behind you as she's like, hello.
Oh, this is gonna get awkward real fast, Miss Triss.
All right, that is my...
Go ahead and save.
Oh, yeah.
It's purple. to
That's a
represent
10.
Ongoing damage. You succeed.
Hell yeah.
And red is for, bloodied. Okay. Sparky, the only person he can see is her, the lady. So clearly she's an issue. He's going to jump up on the ship. He's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if he can see the water or the ice. I think he runs directly into it like an idiot. But you know what? He does have this shift attack, so he's gonna use that. So that he can shift back out. 23 versus AC is gonna hit her, do 8 damage. She is still up. Sparky needs to save out of this silly mesmerism situation. And he does. I have a question. The cold. Does that proc when the first time you enter it, or does it proc if you stay in it?
My Rhyme Strike.
Any creature that enters the zone or starts its turn there takes 5 damage, so he's gonna need to take 5 cold damage. Sparky is now bloodied. But you know what the good news is? Let me
Where did he
double check
go?
his healing ability. If an enemy hits him with an attack. All right, we won't worry about that until later. Rakel, it's your turn.
Is he in the area?
He's up on the ship.
Okay.
He did a little
he-
two-step to run in
Yeah.
there and kick her.
So he's not in the zone right now, right? He didn't take
He's
that
not.
damage?
He
Okay,
exited. He did take the damage for entering the zone.
cool. Heard.
Morbek is going to attack Krill.
Okay.
14 against this will.
All right. 14 hits.
Okay, 7 damage. Ruth and Rakel will get 2 temporary hit points.
Okay. Krill is bloodied.
That's it.
Okay. Tamatoa on their turn is going to try and Scissor Claw. 17 against your AC kid.
The 17 will miss.
Okay, the 26 will hit. So 6 damage. And his impale does not recharge. And he is immobilized, so he cannot scuttle. When does that immobilized go away?
On the end of my next turn.
Okay. Speaking of, hey,
I'm sorry.
it's your turn.
Math is killing me.
That's okay. That's my everyday.
Right, I was correct. Cool. How's the siren looking?
She's doing pretty bad, actually.
Cool.
Pretty
cool.
good, it doesn't seem.
Pretty good, it doesn't seem, the Smiths. Maybe invite Pam next time.
What was that voice?
I don't know, okay?
Pretty good, it doesn't seem, the Smiths. Maybe next time invite Pam.
Shut up. Kid will shift up to get line of sight on her.
Nice.
Minor action. I'm going to mark Sebastian with my Aegis of Shield, for purposes of my Aegis of Shielding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So they'll be taking a -2 penalty to attack rolls, and anyone hit that is not me gets a 5 HP damage reduction to it. Oh, it went up. Sick.
Yeah. Levels.
Whirling Blade. Throwing it straight across the actually, I have to be here, I think. Yeah, that's within. Perfect. Whirling Blade. You watch Kid once again throw his rifle into the middle of nowhere.
Tomahawk throw, right?
Tomahawk. I'm gonna reroll that with an action point.
I mean, ask and see if it hits first.
Well, no, because I want to max out damage.
Okay.
So, 28 to hit?
Yes. Yes, it hits.
21 points of damage.
He's dead.
Oh, and that also finished with a Coral Crown ending. That's awesome.
Are you listening to the music right now?
I was listening to both. I'm going to claw you and drown you to death, and also Coral Crown.
That's very fun.
No, he doesn't throw it like a tomahawk. It's like the bullet time, time stands still, the lapping of the waves is all that Kid can hear, not even the siren song. Kid rears back and throws it like a javelin. And as it releases from his hand, there is just a bolt of lightning that extends outward and hits her right in the throat and explodes outwards through the back.
Sick.
The electricity, not the gun.
All right. Anything else for you?
I did it.
Incredible. All right. Carcat. He is going to Scissor Claw at Moravec. Does a 12 hit?
It does
Your
not hit my
AC?
AC.
25 does, but I don't think 9 is enough to damage him.
No.
Okay. Krill is gonna try and attack. We'll go with Ruthie. 20 and 24. Do those hit?
No.
Oh, really?
No, my AC is
I for-
25, dog.
I forget about your crazy AC. All right, this bitch gonna scuttle though.
Scooting on out.
All right, Ruth, it's your turn.
Okay, well, now that I am no longer under the siren song, um, that one's bloody, that one's not. Ruth is going to hook around, so that way he's right next to the two of them.
Okay.
Uh,
Here's the thing though.
yeah.
Opportunity attacks work differently in fourth edition,
Right,
remember?
right. Okay, so if that is the case, I could go from here to 3. Ah, fuck it. Just let him hit me. It's fine. He might not. Who knows?
Hey, he might not. Just the first attack here is gonna count. Oh,
Which is a miss. Let's go.
as soon as I say it, the second one is a natural 20. Ruth, you slippery old man, go get him.
All right, I'm gonna use my dire Wolverine strike to come at him like a spider monkey.
Okay.
So I must be wielding 2 melee weapons. Each enemy in a burst I can see. 23 versus their AC.
Ooh, sick. 23 is gonna hit.
Okay, that is 10 damage to both.
All right. One of them is now dead. And it's Krill, our sweet little hermit crab from our brand new Souls-like taken from us too soon.
Are you telling me I went for the krill?
It's the thrill of the krill.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Krilling spree.
I was like, did you not mean to?
License to krill.
Anything else for you, my friend?
Nope.
Krilling me softly with his guitar.
Mr. Krabs.
Krilling in the name of.
He is equidistant from Trisannas and our good friend Rakel. I'm gonna flip a coin here. No, actually, he was after Trisannas first. Always finish your Krabby Patties. That's what Mr. Krabs says. He's coming for you. Oh shit. An 11 doesn't hit you, but I'm pretty sure a natural 20 with a 28 is gonna hit.
Oh my god.
10 damage for you, my friend.
Half.
Okay.
Half.
And considering he missed, he's gonna go ahead and scuttle.
I'm gonna use a reaction because I
Oh,
never used
okay.
reaction.
What's your reaction?
I am going to. Is he bloodied?
No.
The one that just attacked me.
Brush.
Okay.
Also,
then
I think Connor was saying that you're only taking 5 damage, LB.
yeah, I got that. Thank you.
Okay.
Connor very quietly slid in the bonds of the clan there.
I heard Connor going, half.
I heard it. I heard my dude. I'm going to use Pursuit of the Hunter. So I'm going to shift 3 squares. And after he moves away from me, and let's see, I do an extra d6 damage to that enemy, and I ignore -2 penalty attack rolls for attacking when it has cover or is concealed.
Okay. So this specific enemy has all of that going on. I'm gonna put a little green dot on him to represent that.
Heard.
Okay. Sebastian. He is marked by our good buddy the kid. So he's gonna follow him. 25 and 22.
Both hit.
Both hit?
Yep, 7 and 8.
Oh, so exciting. 7 damage, 8 damage, and an impale. 19?
I'm pretty sure I'm down after the 2, but give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'm down at the impale.
Cool.
Well, that was a lot of damage really fast.
As you went down, I have Coral Crown playing, and so they're like, down, down. All right.
There is currently a stinger going through my midsection.
Cool. Cool. Triss. It's your turn.
That's me. It's a lot of nonsense going on around me, huh? And
Mhm.
Kid is down. I have no way to
Well-
get Kid up.
There's a
Technically,
lot
he's
of
like
nonsense going on me.
he's being weakened at Bernied by like the support of the stinger in his gut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just kind of
Yeah.
slumped over onto this thing's stinger.
Oh, look at that. I've been impaled.
Impaled.
Well, they're not in a burst. None of them are in a burst. This is bullshit.
You can target in between people.
I can't. I have to
Is it-
target a creature.
Ew.
Hmm.
Mm.
If you're
But I
feeling
do get-
frisky, you could walk into the middle of Sebastian and Tamato and target yourself.
No, I can't because I can't do a melee or a ranged attack on myself.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Who's the one who attacked me? Tamatoa?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna target him with a thorn cloud shot.
I got a question about Tamatoa. When does that immobilize go away?
I was about to say it went away at the end of my turn.
Ah, okay. Carry on, Triss. Look at all these fun little colors everybody's tagged with.
Okay, that's a
What do they
20 versus
mean?
AC.
20 is gonna hit, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he does 13 damage.
Oh, he's dead. Fucking
It's gonna do a zone burst 1 centered on the target. The zone lasts until the start of my next turn, and a creature that ends its turn within the zone takes the poison damage equal to your wisdom modifier.
sick.
And she is going to what's my movement speed? Because I have no way of getting him up, correct?
Who, kid?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I believe it's a standard to get him up.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have a way to get me over there faster.
I do not. I definitely don't.
ask Sparky to ferry you.
I'm gonna move. I guess I'll move towards Kid.
Been established that Sparky can pick people up and carry them, so actually, yeah, you could ask Sparky to move you
Rakel
over
would never.
Yeah. All right. That's my
Chris
turn.
could ask.
I will announce to the group that Kid has gone down because I'm sure that nobody has noticed.
Hmm.
And that is my turn.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a while. Yeah. Why the fuck not? He's going to shift. He has to double move through those. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's gonna attack Mr. Krabs. A 15 versus AC. I don't think hits, actually. Yeah, it doesn't.
Come on, Sparky.
Sparky's gonna say, God damn it, I hate it when I have to do this. He's going to use his movement to run past this guy and provoke an attack of opportunity. 17, I believe, hits him. Exactly, it does. Okay, so he takes 8 damage. And he winces as that claw gashes into his side. We even hear it like scrape with a chalkboard screech down his metal leg. And he skids to a halt. But having been hit by an enemy, he triggers his healing reaction.
Did I already use Wrath of the Destroyer on this? I encounter? Because nobody's been next to me who's gotten hit, right?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, you have not.
But he would have been next to
he's-
you when he got hit.
Right, he's not. The Sebastian isn't bloodied, right?
No.
Okay, then never mind.
Sebastian's gonna take 5 lightning damage, and yourself and Kid will both regain 5 hit points. Double check. Yeah, nobody else is within 5. And so he kind of like skids to a halt there. He's kind of gasping. He only has 7 hit points left. And he says, "Make the best of that." Rakel, it's your turn.
I would like to do that. Yeah. I'd like to use my 6 squares of movement to get here.
Okay.
I would like to use wait, each enemy in the burst. I don't understand this.
I might have just written that down incorrectly. Let me
Okay.
double check it.
Kid and Triss get regen 2 while bloodied. And as a minor action, you can end it to get 10 hit points.
What if we're not bloodied?
Then I believe you can still end the effect to get 10 hit points.
Okay.
It does damage. It does damage to the enemies, but it also heals. It does the same thing.
Sebastian, if it's against 22 4, it takes 12.
It
'Cause
hits their
burst.
fortitude.
Yeah.
It's a close burst 5, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me remind myself what a burst.
It-
A burst is from yourself. A
Or
close
from
burst is
me,
from
so-
yourself, so it's within 5.
Yeah. Within 3,
yeah, that would
so...
hit both Sebastian and Mr. Krabs, so they're each going to take 12 damage.
Nice.
Sick. All right. Anything else for you, my friend?
No.
Tamatoa's dead. Long live Tamatoa. Kid, my friend, you live.
Start of my turn, I get 2 because I'm bloody. Minor action to dismiss the effect to go up to 17.
Sick.
Major action, or standard action, just to melee the crab in front of me.
Sparky's just barely out of range of that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, if he parked 1 behind Triss, he'd be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Hindsight's 2020, kid.
Yep. 14 versus AC, probably not.
14, no.
This is the last combat, right? We're gonna be out of here. I might as well. I'm burning my last, whatchamacallit, action point. Nope. Critical miss.
Hmm.
That would've been hefty, though.
Carcat's gonna try and get Mr. Ruth.
Okay, no.
Natural 1 on the first one, 27 on the second.
Second one hits.
God, if
8
he's-
damage. He's gonna scuttle.
Go on, escape.
Krill is dead. Ruth, it's your turn.
Okay.
He can only run so far.
Oh no! I can only scuttle two
Chase his
squares
ass
at a
down.
time.
Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Because I've moved in the same turn as I will be making this attack, I believe I can move after. Just want to check. Yes. Okay. Hit and run. The 21 hit.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 7 damage. Oh, if I move in the same turn after this attack. Okay. That doesn't change anything. I'll still have dealt it 7 damage.
Okay. Anything else for you?
I don't think so. Unless I can shift, but I don't think I can because I already moved.
Well, it says if you move in the same turn after this attack. Oh, you can't break up your movement.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So I would have had to attack first and then move. But
17 versus your AC. Rakel?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. But I'm assuming 11 does not.
No.
Okay. 7 damage. And since it missed, it's gonna scuttle. It scuttles into the thorns. What happens?
It's gonna take poison damage. Actually, the zone lasts until the start of my next turn, so it would not. No, I haven't gone yet. Yeah, it's gonna take 5 poison damage.
5 poison damage. Okay. Bloodied. Sebastian is gonna try and get that kid. Natural 20 on the first one.
So that's gonna be, well, 6 and 4, 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one does hit. I'm still
Okay.
up.
16 doesn't hit though, right?
16 does not hit, no.
Okay. Boy howdy, it would be really mean to just scuttle this guy into the poison, but I feel like he would wise up. Trisannas. Tisby.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't like Sebastian. He's really mean, and I don't appreciate him. So I'm gonna hit him.
But it's
With
better
a-
down where it's wetter.
All right. I'm gonna hit him with my ranged basic attack.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Hey.
25 hits.
versus AC.
Yeah. That takes a -2 penalty to attack rolls until the start of your next turn.
This guy.
This guy.
Let me
Mr. Krabs had like additional damage on him. Does that how long does that last until like the end of your turn or?
Boomst did it.
Mr. Krabs, he had a green marker on him because you marked him with something that gives you extra damage against him when you attack him.
Yeah, that was just for that one attack.
Okay. Get rid of that. All right. And then this poison cloud goes away. Sparky's turn. He winces as he straightens. He's like, all right. We gotta end this. He's going to use his shift attack. Natural 20. He's gonna fucking rock Sebastian. Just tear his teeth out through his anus. That's how crap anatomy works, right? Okay. And then Sparky is going to hang out here for a bit. Rakel, it's your turn.
Give me a minute.
Listen, there comes a certain point of night when I start Lego talking. And I can't be held responsible for what comes out of my mouth.
Kind of are.
Oh, okay. Well, I would like to
Carcinization does some funny things.
crabs don't really have teeth, so or anuses, if that helps.
Not yet. Carcinization will get us there.
Do crabs have cloacas?
Through
My brother in
carcinization, all
Christ,
things
you
are
are the
possible.
DM.
I would like to kill Mr. Krabs.
Go for it.
Okay, I can't do it with Morbeg.
Morbeck is far, far away.
I like to re-roll this.
You have an AC or AP ability point?
Action point.
Yeah.
That's the one. Fucking 1030 rolled over and I turned into a pumpkin.
That's worse. Okay, I do not kill Mr. Krabs.
Oh my god. Okay, kid, it's your turn, buddy.
So does that poison effect go away when I go down, or does it still happen until I save? I got impaled.
It's not poison, it's just ongoing damage.
Well, I know, but colloquially, is it still affecting me, or has it cleared my system after I went
Oh,
down?
yeah, it went away when you went down.
Cool beans. Cool. It's gonna be real funny, but
You just fell over at this point.
1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? I could do that. I could stand on top of a dead body.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Combat advantage, melee basic. Yeah. 18 to hit.
Yes.
And 13 points of melee damage to, I think that's Mr. Krabs. I lost the name.
Yes, that's Mr. Krabs. He is dead.
Howdy. That's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Our cat.
God, a pair of 20s here would be so fucking funny.
It really would. 18 and 14 aren't gonna hit Ruthie. Which just leaves us with
Is he not
Mr.
gonna
Ruth. Hold
is he not
on,
gonna
let me
scuttle?
scuttle away from you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm a crab! Don't hit me!
In the cloaca.
Actually, I looked it up. It's called a telson.
Ah, that's something new every day.
I think at this point, seeing that it is a giant sea crab or sea bug of some sort, Ruth is just like licking his lips, thinking about the stew he's gonna make with one of these fucking things later.
Oh my fucking god, yes.
Dungeon machine.
And it is bloodied, correct? That is what I am seeing.
Yes, it is.
Oh, thank God. Hoorah, Marines.
Hoorah.
All right. I am going to
Get his ass.
Yeah, I'm going to get his ass.
Or get his telson.
Hey, I'm going to twin strike it.
Oh.
16 versus AC.
Well, it's a 17 because you have +1.
Yes, 17
Which-
versus AC.
Which would hit.
All right, so both are going to hit. First damage is going to be 11, unless that gets a +1 as well.
Nah.
Okay. So yeah, Battle Crazed Hand Axe, 11 damage. And if it's still up, then the short sword is going to come in for 8 damage.
That's enough. You down it. Hooey, buddies, that's a lot of crab right there.
Ow.
A lot of crab on this beach. Lots of crab.
Sparky just kind of takes a knee in the sand, and he reaches for his belt for a holster, which like would normally hold like a 6-shooter in the Wild West. And instead, he pulls out a wrench and he starts like doing repairs on his legs.
Kid is making a sand angel. And by that, he is back first in the sand, just staring up at the sky. Real tired.
Not gonna lie, Wayward Son's been a real thorn in my side.
Sparky, please don't tell me this is gonna be your heel turn. Please tell me you're just joking around.
I ain't got much heel to turn. He just kind of like holds up his leg and he like spins the foot around.
I'll finance you a new one.
Nice. I gotta say, I don't want to go back out into that tornado. As rough as we're all looking.
Well, I believe we have some time. Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just catch our breath a bit.
I'm gonna stop
yeah.
breaking down these crabs if you don't mind.
Yeah, Ruth is using his gold to make a big old gumbo pot.
Awesome. Ruth already has a gigantic gumbo pot, just like boom, just down into the sand. You guys get ready to start making yourself a crab supper. And I think with that, we're ready to
That's
quit
hard.
for the evening. What were you gonna say?
Oh, kid's like back first in the sand. He's pulling out a soaked carton of cigarettes, puts one in his mouth, and flicks his lighter again. Dang it!
No, that's a carcinogen.
Yeah.
Damn it.
No, we're looking for carcinization. And with that,
V8 or V6 for the car engine.
we're gonna call it for tonight. We'll see you guys next time on Gold Rush.
With that, thank
Will
you so
we
much.
find the treasure in the ship? What the fuck is up with Sparky? Find out next time on Gold Rush.
He's just upset he wasn't able to coin the name Whiplash yet. It's okay, man. It'll come with time.
He's just gotta earn that one.
If you start introducing yourself to new people as Whiplash.
That being
Nah,
said,
nah.
We
This is a
blast.
small town. Everybody already knows me, Sparky.
Wings, thank you so much for running this game. I had an absolute blast playing this evening, but I always have a blast whenever you're on the show. Where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh, hey everybody. Remember DnDkeener.com? It's the place where you can find me and all of the art that I do that's mostly related to D&D. So go check it out, DnDkeener.com. You can mostly find me here, right? I'm mostly playing games on this channel. Sometimes I'm over on GGK, but mostly DnDkeener.com.
Hey everybody, my name is RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and most other social media sites. Hey, guess what? We are doing a charity events all throughout the month of June, and I'll be retweeting whenever stuff happens on my end. It's gonna be for a good cause. Come out and have some fun with us. Other than that, I'm here over at the Hype Goblins on Thursdays and and Saturdays over at GGK with Danae. Anyway, speaking of Danae, DanaeKeener.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Instagrams, where you can find our giveaway. We just hit 600 followers on Twitch. If you go there and if you like the post and comment on it, you'll be entered into a giveaway for a Steam gift card if you are in the United States or Canada. And yeah, it's gonna be some good times. The next time I'm gonna be live is on Wednesday, where I will be playing in the Lost Minds of Phandelver on Nerd Immersion's channel, and then I will be back on Hack Recklessly, which is my Twitch channel, on Thursday for our mystery business game. Some shit has hit the fan. Something's happening. Are there Eldritch beings in this game? Because I don't know. I thought it was just people in masks, but we got thrown for a loop last time. So tune in for that. That's me, DanaeKeener.com. I mean, I'm not DanaeKeener.com, but that is me, DanaeKeener.com.
Boy, I'm Cyber. I'm here. I'll figure out how to stream again eventually. Your boy's tired. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully, next week, we will have a one-shot of a game about volleyball, which I'm really excited for. Maybe a little bit of that Haikyuu battle at the garbage dump will inspire people to come check it out. It's one of the greatest movies of the 21st century. But I love volleyball. RJ's going to be in it. Wally's going to be in it. Our friend Kylan is going to be in it. And it's being run by Christina Sid. So go and check that out. It's going to be a great time. It's with the system Fight with Spirit, which is a good society. Or powered by good society. One of those style systems. It's going to be very fun. Again, I'm very excited for it. So be sure to check that out. And then that is it for scheduling for the next little bit. Mondays. And then we'll keep you informed when Sundays start popping again. So keep your peepers out. But we are going to be heading off into our Patreon supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to, again, join us at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures. But we are going to be heading out. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to these fantastic players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And thank you to Danae for running this fantastic game. And we'll see all of you next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.